A word for our listeners. Season 2 of Masks of Nyarlathotep is set in the 1930s and 40s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It's not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Nerds Domain gaming podcast. Join us each week as our commandos uncover the corruption of the mythos in World War II. Starring Johnny Brown, Ed Maudlin, Chris Dunn, and Matt Quiett, with John Quiett running the table as keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed Nazi cultists await you just beyond this music. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. I'm Matt, and I am joined by John.
Hello.
And Ed.
Hello, I'm not going to say anything offensive.
Lies. And our newest player, Rob.
Hello.
Hi, Rob.
Yeah, Rob. So Rob, we're going to interrogate you, since we didn't do this during the...
Character creation episode.
yeah, that thing. Thanks for the words, because I didn't use them.
It sounded like you were stuttering. I know you weren't, but character creation. It sounds like it's
Yeah,
creation.
Yeah.
We never get off topic. Not
Never,
once.
not at all.
Tell us a little bit about your background as a role-playing gamer.
I actually started role-playing when I was, I think, 3 or 4 years old. Actually, my cousin taught me how to read with D&D books because
right on.
I have moderate to severe dyslexia, and it runs in the family, so that was really helpful.
Okay. Well, cool. So just a smidge of experience, a couple years.
Right, because we're all 12.
Well, some of us act like
Hey,
it.
I'm a big boy. I'm 13.
Wow. So you will be joining us this game. We'll work you in. You were asking John about how Ed was racist in a previous game.
Oh, was I? Okay.
I'm going to tell that story now.
Okay.
I was not racist. You told me my character was racist, and then everybody jumped down my throat.
We were doing a side quest. Johnny was playing like a former baseball player. It's set in the 20s. Former baseball player that had retired and was a kind of a big deal in Harlem at the time. Like everybody knew him. If you remember the Deep Space Nine episode where Benny, he's the writer.
Right. That's who, yeah,
it was Michael Dorn's character.
Right.
It was the inspiration for that. And I give Ed a private investigator, and I write in there that yes, you're probably. It's not that you're like overtly hate them and will like string them up or anything, but like you have set opinions that they're criminals and they're bad people, and I just put it in there lightly.
I was playing my grandfather.
And it's not even like he said anything terrible, but the more he said it, the more I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst. And I'm glad that we had that disclaimer at the beginning, because he wasn't saying. It was just that light, like clearly I'm better than you.
That oh, Grandpa, you really shouldn't say those things to people.
Yeah.
And Grandpa saying, "What? I don't understand. When I was a boy, this is how we spoke."
Yeah.
And it made me uncomfortable to say it, but I was like, "This is the character you want. I'm going to give you the character you want." Every time I talk, Shirley's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that." And I look over at Johnny. He's like, "It's fine. I don't mind."
Not that I haven't heard this week. Like,
Right?
I mean, honestly,
I know.
It's the kind of stuff that, yeah.
But no, I felt awful about that, so that's why you're never allowed to give me any racist characters ever again. If you're like, your guy's kind of a racist, I'm going to be like, nope, he's actually a really woke individual for the 20s. I don't
Meanwhile, I play a character who hates Germans because they're dirty and terrible. That's it.
Not all Germans.
So did that episode actually make it to air?
Yes.
Cool.
I think it should be out even.
Do you remember the title?
Yeah, and I removed my name from the tag. That's going to come back to haunt me.
I was like, hey, promote this, and you promoted the first one, and then you stopped promoting, and I was like, oh, you know what? These are a little...
Yeah, I'm not gonna promote it
Maybe.
anymore. No, I'm not gonna say, hey, come listen to me say all kinds of things that you would never hear come out of my
Right.
mouth.
It
No.
is the latest side quest. I'm looking now because
Sure.
it's going to take a second because my phone is taking forever. But yeah, it was the latest side quest that we did back I want to say we released it in like November, December.
Yeah, we did this like in September, October.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Sure. I was just curious if it was
Yeah.
one of the unfortunate missing episodes.
No, this was recorded on new equipment even, and not the newest equipment. As a heads up to our listeners, we are on new equipment, so you may hear some mic movements and such as we just got headsets and we're adjusting to them because it takes a little bit of time. But yeah, Johnny, that would be the side quest number. Wow, that's been a long time ago. Wow, that's because I'm missing some on this list. Excellent. It's the last side quest.
Okay, I'll look it up.
So if you want to hear Ed being mildly racist,
You should definitely listen to these.
definitely listen.
Actually,
to
they
these.
are solid episodes. I feel like we got a good story out of those.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I just want the listeners to be aware that if you run into me on the street, that's totally not who I am in any way, shape, or form.
They were released in August.
In fact, I'm playing the opposite of that now. I'm playing a Canadian.
We started with looking for Fritz, and then episode 2 we get a nice educational moment where Johnny Brown teaches us the difference between a trap house and a clap house. Literally was very helpful.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then this is also the episode where I had problems coming up with names, and we ended up with some dude named Brookingham.
Wow.
That's a great name. That's a great name. He's aristocracy.
So I'm going to hand the episode over to John. John, first question I have for you is, do we get downtime?
No.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me.
Wait a minute. So we're picking up right after the last quest.
Yeah, where
Oh,
you guys were in the Netherlands.
And
And
What
running
did we
the boat.
do? What did we do with our previous sidekick, the corporal?
He's
The corporal
the
fishman.
Fishman. He Corporal Fishman has been
I'm writing it down. We won't ever remember
Corporal
his actual.
Fishman.
I have his real name written down, but it's now Corporal Fishman.
Not only has he been infected by the whatever, but now he's converted to Judaism.
I'm fine with this. How do we know Deep Ones aren't Jewish? You don't see him eat pigs. I'm just saying.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
So yeah, Corporal Fishman has been transferred back to headquarters in London for special training.
I'm picturing we have our top men working
Oh
on
yes,
it.
yeah,
Top men.
top
yeah,
men.
yeah.
Top
His
men.
body is in an unmarked crate somewhere in a giant warehouse.
Top men. So where do we go from? What was that? That was
That was the Netherlands,
the Netherlands.
the Netherlands,
Netherlands. Holland. Where do we
yeah.
go from Holland?
Holland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Well,
the Netherlands. You can say the Netherlands. It's okay.
you are headed south to Belgium.
Okay.
They've reassigned you since you are now without a commander.
Okay. Wow, you got demoted, Jack. You were in charge, and now we get a new commander. Good job.
That's what happens when you let one of your men get turned into a fish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Corporal
I
Fishman.
mean, you may have been in line for promotion, but you know,
But now
yeah.
they're like,
That's clearly it's-
top brass is not happy with
It's clearly your fault that we assigned a fishman to your group,
Right.
and then you discovered that he was a fishman. That's your fault.
that's my fault.
and
yeah.
then one of your men under your command murdered his doppelganger.
Well, I think that is
Yeah.
just a
Justified.
weird coincidence.
Justified.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, it might be in the report that the guy looked a lot like.
Oh, yeah.
Corporal Fishman.
I detailed that.
Yeah.
In the words of Captain Picard, you can do everything right and still lose. That's not a weakness. That is life.
Yeah.
So
You are so Corporal Fishman and a couple other of your wounded men were
Sorry,
sent
go
off
on.
to
Go on.
were sent back to London to be debriefed, and the rest of your group you're going to be merged with the unit in Weppeler that's currently in Weppeler, Belgium, basically watching German troop movements.
Okay. Are we part? Does this make us part of the expeditionary force that's there, or are we separate from that?
Yes, you are.
Now
I mean-
officially under that.
Yes.
Okay. I was curious as to how we kind of. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
They've been sending you on these special missions. Your orders specifically are to go meet up with this unit headed up by Wing Commander Reese Llewellyn, but with the understanding that you could be called back for other missions.
Okay.
Because the Noct Wolves are a thing. You found some important research and you've proven effective. So the understanding is you could be called back or sent out on special missions, but right now they don't have anything for you, so they want you to
So they want to keep us active at least.
yeah, keep you active, and you're gonna bolster this particular unit's numbers.
Okay.
Until something else comes up.
Okay.
So you're probably a week on the road or so.
So we do get some downtime.
Yes, just not that downtime.
I'm more worried about my skills upping, but that's okay.
After this one.
Sure.
After this one, we
Not
can do that.
metagaming or trying to
Right,
just
but
wanna be better at driving cars.
Yeah, what happened with the cars last time?
I drove a car. No, that was two sessions ago that I drove a car well.
Oh, okay.
back at the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, back when you killed the thing in the basement. Speaking of which, Matt.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I need a sanity check from you. Let's talk about those nightmares.
Woo, I got a 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So
Good job, dice.
yeah, with that, so as if I remember correctly, the the nightmares always started with you moving through the canvas curtain into the darkened area, and you know ahead of you is that creature, and then in the previous nightmares, you would walk up to the creature, it would go dark, and you would see eyes in the darkness.
I remember the conversation that I was trying to stop myself from going past the curtain. Whether or not I could was a whole other thing. But
Right.
yes, that I attempted to.
So that was what happened before as refreshers. You were unable to stop yourself. You knew in your own mind that that's what you wanted to do.
Okay.
And it wasn't working. This time, however, you see the curtain before you, it parts, and you have the will to stop.
Okay.
You're able to, basically, you're in control of your dream at this moment. What would you
Oh, I'm turning around and leave.
turn around and leave?
Go the other way.
Okay. So yeah, you do that. You turn around, you leave, and as you get to the doorway, that's you are waking up. You know everything's fine. You're starting to wake up, or you're not having the night terrors.
Right.
However, as you're reaching consciousness is, or what that's the best analogy you can make.
Sure.
You do hear some voice that dark, raspy whisper of a voice, kind of like that, come across and say your name.
Okay.
Kauri Loveridge. Sorry, I can't.
You're not a.
I'm not an actor.
That's fine.
But it whispers it, and it. There you go.
Like that.
Very much like that, and it sends a chill down your spine, but you don't lose control.
Okay.
And that happens at least once a night. You're not able to shake it. And now I need a Constitution roll.
Sure.
Times 5.
No.
No?
That's an 80.
Okay.
Yay.
Let's see. I'm just going to make a note of that.
Oh, sure.
So you guys arrive in Weppeler. It is a small, isolated village town. It's December. Luckily, the snows haven't been so bad that you can't get there. There was a bit of a break in the weather, so travel in wasn't so bad.
Okay.
And you report to your unit, led by Wing Commander Reese Llewellyn. Go ahead and describe your character, Rob.
And can you do it in a Welsh accent?
I can try, but it's not going to be very good.
And we're not going to be able to understand you.
Wow.
That's how you tell it's good.
Fair enough.
He's a moderate. He's an average-sized man, about 5'11", thickly built, and has a sharp nose, light hair, dark eyes.
A member of the
Oh, yeah.
RAF,
Yes, so
Yep.
he's in a.
rank wing commander. Yep. How old?
He is in his probably early 30s.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're still going to be a little younger than everybody than the two
Yeah.
PCs.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
not that that's a problem.
we're grizzled veterans. That's
Right.
that's what we do.
Right.
yes.
To give you an idea what we look like, because I think that's fair.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm of average height.
This is Kauri Loveridge.
I'm Corey Loveridge, yeah, captain. I think it's been 6 years in captain school. To not call it. No, Captain Corey Loveridge, clearly from New Zealand. Accent tells you that. I don't do a New Zealand accent. Something has happened to the left side of his face. He has like pockmarks from what looks like shrapnel, and his left eye is completely like gray, like cloudy. And he seems a little intense, especially very clearly when he talks of Germans. There's a clear hatred. I think that covers everything.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah. And he's not wearing a normal service cap. I always imagine him in like a Trailblazer hat with the thing
One side flipped up.
flipped up.
Or like in the Outback.
Yeah.
And Captain Jack McKenzie. I'm Canadian.
So he apologizes for everything.
So sorry, I'm from Canada, and I'm a slightly above average size and above average strength, and yeah, I'm just sort of friendly. Nothing. I'm not remarkable.
Every time we sit down, he moves us down all the jellies before anybody else can get any.
Yeah, it's true.
So
Sorry.
you've so these guys show up. I imagine you were expecting them. You've been in communication.
And we have like 10 guys still with us.
Yes.
Okay.
Because again, a few of them got sent back home,
Yeah.
escorting Corporal Fishman and
Eventually, that's going to be not funny. Today's not that day.
I don't know when that's going to happen.
Today's not that
I don't know. I
day.
want to see that day.
next recording session, be like, oh yeah, yeah.
No, I'm
So-
still going to like it. Still going to like it very much.
So yeah, you were expecting these guys to arrive. They're just soldiers to bolster your command. You're getting 2 new captains, so there's a little more command support there. You'd been working with mostly low-ranking.
Non-coms, non-commissioned officers.
Yes, and
You're so rugged.
and your mission here is primarily watching the border, observing, listening to radio communications, that kind of thing.
Good old fashioned hurry up and wait.
Yep. Yeah, you're definitely, you've hurried up, you're here, and now you're waiting. And again, this is where I do the disclaimer that listeners out there who are more in-depth World War II students will probably have an issue with what I'm about to say, but like my reading tells me from Wikipedia that at this point in time,
The authority
Yeah.
on all things historical.
the at this point in time, the expeditionary forces were helping out in Belgium.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't hit Dunkirk yet.
Right. Everything. So tensions are high. Everybody's worried that Germany's going to do something. So you're just trying to intercept as much traffic, radio traffic, as you can, and tell your bosses what's going on.
I mean, and it's on both sides. Like,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
they're
called
doing it too,
This is called
yeah.
the false war, because Hitler continually is like, we're invading next week. Nah, wait. Next week, no wait. Next week, no wait.
That sounds like a familiar tactic that
Yeah.
I don't know where why that rings such a common modern day bell.
Maybe because it's alerting on your phone every 30 minutes.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like and you're British. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And also, if I may add a note to the World War II scholars among the listenership, this version of World War II has fish people and demons. So maybe we shouldn't worry so much about nitpicking
saying,
the accuracy.
yeah.
I'm
you
just
can't
putting it out
prove that
there.
Hitler didn't have a fish person.
You know what, man?
Solid
That is
point.
unassailable logic. You're absolutely right.
I'm willing to take constructive criticism on my, on my take on World War II. I know it's not perfect. So if you want to write constructive emails, listeners, I welcome them.
I welcome unconstructive emails as well. I will read them. Johnny may not get them, but I will take unconstructive emails.
Hey,
as well.
would you send me the unconstructive
Yeah.
emails?
Oh, yeah.
I will be. This is
Be
Ed. I will
responsible for
respond to
signing.
You guys
absolutely.
suck. That Ed guy's too tall.
Oh,
Noted.
Oh my gosh! No, send me that one. I apologize for being too tall.
So yeah, things in Weppeler have been kind of boring. You were snowed in for a couple weeks. There was worry that supplies weren't going to be able to be transferred in and out as needed.
How big is Weppeler? Like 1,000 people, 2,000 people?
Like 1,000.
Okay, so
If-
there's
Let me
there's
go
not
to
even anything.
Wikipedia.
Right.
not even
Find
anything-
the census info for Weppeler in 1940.
And there's also not anything worthwhile to do. Like
Right.
it's not like there's a casino here or
Yeah.
at least even a good beer hall. Like,
Right.
We're
I would compare it to
New Pal.
there's that song in the Disney's Beauty and the Beast, this provincial life.
Oh
like,
yeah. Okay.
That sums up how things work here. If the setting isn't exactly accurate.
Right. No, I get it.
But it's a farm town. A mountain town. They cut down trees. There's probably a mine somewhere doing something. But
Did you find something, Ed?
Yes, but then I was like, 10 million people. That's the people of Belgium. So yeah, that's. I was like, Weppeler is bigger than New York City. Wow.
Fun
Wow.
fact, only one city in Belgium.
Yeah.
It's the only place. It's literally the only place.
Wow. You did some bad research. 10 million people.
Right.
Okay, so clearly Weppeler is not the small town we all had it pegged for.
Well, it's a very large small town.
It's got a small town feel.
Yeah,
somehow.
It's kind of like Indianapolis in that way.
That's awesome.
Only 10 times as dense.
Oh, good night.
all right.
I'm here to help.
So things have been relatively quiet. You got the new men come in, and they report for duty, and they bring you their most recent reports on their activities. What kinds of things would you have put in the
All
official report?
of it. For this last one,
Yeah.
I would describe he's in charge here.
That's true.
So,
You still would have needed to fill out some paperwork.
Jack,
Yeah.
are we putting this all in?
Are we putting?
I'm not about to have you report something and me not report it.
Oh yeah, no. We're telling
Okay.
every crazy little detail,
Okay.
including Corporal Fishman, and yeah.
I will downplay Corporal Fishman. I will make it clear he was loyal the whole time.
Sure.
Like he was
He
with
was
us.
as
Oh, yeah.
surprised.
He was,
was as surprised by his doppelganger.
I think he was more
cousin
surprised.
brother.
and that nothing hasty or terrible happened, but there was some suspicion at first, but it smoothed out, and then make it very clear. My only regret is that we didn't destroy the facility.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we would have had more time, but at least we got the information out. That would have been it. Right. So everything else is pretty clear.
Yeah.
All right. So they have this story about how they were attacked by German citizens with gills, and how they were the people were swimming through the bay and coming up and attacking them. There's a what was the one before that? Was that the castle?
The
Yeah.
castle.
Yeah. They encountered some kind of desiccated corpse creature in a castle and shot it up.
Which took surprisingly long to go down, considering it was a desiccated corpse creature.
I'm assuming it was a desiccated corpse that was moving around and not just something you
it was
found on the ground.
It
and
was
just-
strapped to a table, half buried in they'd built a sarcophagus, half filled it with dirt. The corpse was half sticking out of the dirt, and then strapped to some type of crucifixion apparatus. Their previous commander was being bled out into that creature's mouth, slowly,
Mhm.
and yeah. So, but I imagine Kauri leaves out the information about his dreams.
I will make it clear that the missions have had a profound effect on me, and
Okay.
that, like, in good British words, that means this is bad, and I'm
Yeah.
starting to feel it. But it's very calm in the report.
Stiff upper lip.
It's
Yes.
a bit bothersome.
Yes, I'm not. I don't like it.
Yeah. So
Chin up, Captain.
So yeah, so that's the basic rundown that your men give you. Is there anything you specifically want to know more about? How do you react?
I think the big thing is, have I encountered things like this before? Is this...
This sounds like fairy stories.
So it's written by Kafka. Got it.
How into since you are Welsh, do you adhere to any of the old beliefs, fairies, and all that good stuff?
Not so much. It's probably paying lip service. Something my grandfather taught me. So it's
Sure.
important to him. It's important to me, but I don't believe that because
So
it's not sensible.
hanging a horseshoe over the door and leaving a saucer of milk out every
Yeah.
now and then is, but you don't honestly believe
No.
in that.
Almost
Good
like
to
a
know.
nervous tick.
Do what?
Almost like a nervous tick,
Yeah,
maybe.
like you don't believe in it, but you'll do the
Yeah.
do the cross when you. How about? I guess that's a good point. How about religion? Are you a religious man?
I believe, start that from the top. He was raised in a Jewish household, but it wasn't they're not like Hasidic Jews.
Okay.
Just,
So not a firm believer.
yeah.
But you'll
But it
go
helps,
through the rituals.
Yeah, it helps build the community. So
Sure. Okay.
Shalom.
Sounds good. So yeah, they've come in with these kind of crazy stories that they put out there, and I'm going to leave it up to you to decide how you feel about that.
I will low key put in the need for some psychiatric,
Evaluations.
yeah, psyche evals.
Okay. But in the meantime, they are basically going to be your underlings, your go-to guys. Like you may still have a personal assistant that
Yeah.
that works for you, but these guys handle the rank and file. You give orders to them, they pass them out. And also the other thing that's come across your desk today is there's a snowstorm brewing. You probably have a day before you're going to get snowed in again.
Okay.
You have enough time to send out for any more supplies. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. There's a town down the mountain that you can resupply from. That it would take a day if you sent a truck now
Yeah.
to go there and get back. It would take a day. So if there's anything you particularly want to make sure you're stocked up on, that would be a good.
Yeah.
Now would be the time.
We should probably double down on food and fuel
Okay.
because we can make do with pretty much anything else.
Right. Yeah. So because it would be a burden if you suddenly had to start borrowing from the town to feed your men. So
Yeah.
you want to send a truck down to get some more supplies and food and gasoline, dry goods and
Yeah.
gasoline.
Probably some kerosene for lamps and some maybe wood to burn in case it gets too cold. And
Sure. Sounds good. The other thing that comes across your desk is not really your area of expertise or a reason for you to be concerned, but one of the local children has gone missing. The police, the sheriff in town, just as a courtesy sends you these kind of reports of the local activity. You're on a pretty good terms with him. And again, he's not saying he's not telling you anything. He's here or asking anything of you at this point. He's just saying this happened. General alert. If you find a child wandering around,
Yeah.
it'd be great. If you pass word back in.
Especially to the people going down to the town in
Right.
case they see anything on the road.
Yes, definitely. Also, note everybody here speaks German, so that'll be the language that you communicate with the locals in. A lot of your troops are only English speaking. They haven't had the training and background to learn these, the extra languages. They're not officers, so they're not highly educated.
Yeah.
So that has been on occasion a barrier for your men doing their job. They run into a local and can't communicate. But luckily, you have 2 new captains who, I believe, both speak German.
Poorly, but yeah.
Poorly, yeah. So hey, that's a bonus, right?
I can order a schnitzel.
So yeah. So you
Once
send out that truck and go through your day.
Yep.
And everything seems to be fine. I imagine you're up during daylight hours, and then about the time you're thinking of packing it in for the night, the truck comes back and has some bad news. They were able to get to town, stock up, but on their drive back, they lost a corporal. Wells. No, that's a name in another game. Give me a name, Matt.
Wells is fine.
Okay, Wells.
Weld
Weld.
is bad.
Okay.
Wells is fine.
Corporal Wells, a kid, went missing. He was riding in the back of the truck, just watching the rear. They came. The truck got caught in a snowbank that had kind of drifted into the road. And when they went to dig it out, there's a guy missing from the back of the truck, and that's a little weird. But it's also the storm that you were expecting is coming in a little faster. So the snow is starting, and it's headed your way. Do you want to send out a team tonight?
Does this all get reported to all of us or just him?
Right now, just the commander, but you do have 2 captains. So it's up to you.
Yes. I will talk to the captains about it to see what they think. I would like to send some people out. I'm willing to go out myself. I've got some cold weather training.
I'm not particularly trained for the cold weather, but I also know that a man out on his own without proper gear.
You don't have winter and mountain warfare?
You said you did during
I
character
do.
creation.
I didn't take it as my survival specialty. I took tropical.
Oh,
I have
right.
training. I just it's not my forte. There's the words.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the same page. I would personally suggest we not leave him out by himself.
Yeah.
If there's a chance that he's alive, I assume there was no blood found or anything untoward.
Nope.
Then I guess he wandered off. If nothing else, it would be good to get started on information so that when the MPs come for an AWOL, we know what's going on.
And also, if there's going to be tracks, we want to get there before the snow
Yeah.
really lays in. Plus, we can look for the missing child while we're out.
Okay.
Were we aware of a missing child?
If
I
you
will fill them in.
Okay.
One
We're
of the
aware
reasons
of
I'd
a
like to go
missing
out.
child now.
Make a note. Child missing.
Jack, am I just being paranoid, or is that something we should worry about? 2 people missing?
Just out of the blue?
Yeah.
It is worrisome. Hopefully, the child just
wandered
wandered out a bit too far.
We're
yeah.
like half a kilometer from the border, right?
Yeah.
I'm again not being a perfect geographer.
Okay.
It's not.
We're close.
You're
We're
close.
to the border.
Yeah.
All due respect, Commander Kauri and I over here have seen some stuff. And people don't just disappear into thin air. And it might be something that we need to investigate and be prepared for things we can't be possibly prepared for.
All right. So we'll take a small contingent of men out to do some recon.
Search party.
I will say that the idea that the child is missing on the same route as your man is a little out there because you're
far fetched.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
Just
True.
because,
Nonetheless, I don't think this is from what you're describing, it doesn't sound like the kind of thing, oh, let's send one guy to go find him.
right,
Oh, that guy's missing.
Yeah.
Let's send a guy to go find him.
right, yeah. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I would say it's not crazy to say, hey, there's also a child missing.
Yeah.
So there are two people. Like, you don't honestly expect to find the child because why would he have wandered that far? But not, not crazy either. Or, So what was that, Matt?
I don't know what I was
Okay.
going to say. Real quick question. I made that sanity check earlier. Do I need to lose sanity for
No,
that?
you do not.
Okay, good. Shouldn't have asked, but, yeah, I would say that we need to be, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. Was the corporal one of the guys that was with us?
No, one of the men that Llewellyn already had.
Have any of your men reported in any dissatisfaction, anything that would have led to an AWOL?
Aside from some general comments about boredom, not so much, no.
Yeah, boredom doesn't raise you through the. I assume this is like heavy hills with light
Oh, yeah.
forests, or are they thick forests?
Thick forests.
Okay, that doesn't send you out right before. I mean, everybody knows the snow's coming. Like this doesn't sound like an AWOL to me. That's my concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are probably approaching the tree line in the where your base is.
Okay.
But the town, the Weppeler, is on that same level. The town you're resupplying from was back down
Okay.
the hill, thick forests, a lot of logging that can be done,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we should definitely go out now.
Okay.
Tonight.
So you've got about 20 guys total available to you. How many will you take? I guess 19 now.
Yeah.
Including your two captains. How many guys do you want to take out with you?
I think 2 more, so that'll give us a nice 5, and then leave more guys here to start
How many-
the preparations.
How many guys do we have total?
About 20. Well, 19.
19. So with us, 22. I just want to make sure that we have reinforcements here in case the snow is worse than we think it is. That way they can rebolster the camp.
We got somebody with a radio.
Yeah, I can carry one,
Okay.
and I'm trained to operate it. Like that we should be fine on that end.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a radio. Okay, turn it on.
Oh well, see what happens.
So, you guys, the roads are set up and good. But if you get off-road, if you go tracking through the woods, the radio might be less effective
Right.
because of the hills.
Yeah.
Just to point that out, because we don't have satellite phones yet.
Yeah,
so.
no, we're going to do the best we can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better to go with a radio
Yeah.
than go traipsing through the woods near Nazis for no reason
Yeah.
without it.
Right.
So-
But this is
Oh,
just...
the radio's not 100% effective? Leave it. Leave it. Forget it.
but I just want to say that,
Yeah,
now
no,
before
yeah.
you're like, make it roll and no.
Yeah. I don't think we should take weapons either because sometimes we miss. So,
how
just leave them.
how deep
leave
is
'em back.
is the snow that's already out
Um,
on the ground? I assume we're going to be traipsing through snow.
Right. The roads are relatively clear. The guys,
Yeah.
the troops have been working to do that since they had a lull in the weather. So the roads are tamped down and
Sure.
still covered in snow but tamped down. Then under heavy tree cover, obviously it's not that deep.
Talking
5-6 inches.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
5-6 inches, unless you get into open area, in which case it could be 2-3 feet deep.
Okay. So
In
we should
drifts,
be
yeah.
easily be able to find tracks if there are any,
At
unless they
this
went
stage,
down
yes, yeah,
Okay.
at this stage. But then again, the snow's moving in, so in the matter of hours, you're going to be
Okay.
And the coming snow is going to start covering tracks.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
Let's get
How-
out there.
the road.
Hmm?
And we don't know where he would have left between the town and that spot.
no, they don't have an exact
Okay.
an exact location, but 3 hours down the road is where they stopped and noticed that he was missing.
Okay.
when they drifted into the snow.
Right when as they were coming back, a snowdrift had come in and
Okay.
blocked the road.
So he was in town.
They saw he helped pack the truck.
Uh-huh.
They got in the truck and they were driving back.
Okay.
And
And
again,
they know he was on the truck.
they're positive he was on the truck. He did not hang out back at the supply depot.
So he disappeared someplace between the town 3 hours away
Yeah.
and the snowdrift.
Yes.
And I would like at least one of the other 2 officers that I'm bringing with me to have been one that was on the trip.
Okay, so a guy who's been working all day, you're gonna bring with you.
If he was the driver, yes.
Okay.
That way he can show us exactly the path they took.
That's fine.
Right.
That's fine. That sounds like a plan.
We want to retrace our steps.
Yep. So he takes you back out to where it was. Like I said, it's getting darker minute by minute. You guys have a flashlight of some kind each. And he takes you to where the snowdrift is.
Sorry, we
was
are
blocking
British. We have torches.
torches. I knew I was doing something wrong.
I'm Canadian.
When I
I think
said
I have
that.
a torch too.
Yeah.
I knew something was wrong when I said flashlights, but I couldn't correct myself in time, so I just went with it.
Unless I am told specifically not to, I am bringing 2 grenades.
I mean,
This seems like a Nazi plot to me, and my character may be a little too paranoid, but I think I've earned it.
Sure would
I'm
be
assuming
nice
that's
if we
just-
had brought some grenades.
See, so
super
I
appropriate because Ed is currently wearing a Firefly T-shirt.
Yep.
so,
Oh, as a matter of fact, yes,
Yeah.
I am.
I feel it's justified
yes.
at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Frankly, if I could, I'd like to bring a couple of rocket launchers, but I know that's just not practical.
I'm not good with those.
Yeah, me neither. But you know what? Every little bit helps.
do you pack your bag in front of the commander, or do you just pack?
I assume that I'm going to put them under my coat,
Sure.
and then like they're going to be close, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to hide it, but I'm also not going to be like, "Hey, Commander, I'm taking these." Like, no, I'm just going to put them on and
Okay.
coat up.
I'm right there with you. Yeah, I'm taking a couple of grenades.
All right. How do you load yourself out, Commander?
I'm just going to do kind of a standard kit. I go
Okay.
back. I have my pistol on me, and then I go grab my rifle my rifle. So I'm much better with that.
Okay. Any other special equipment that you want to take with you?
Maybe an extra set of cold weather gear in case we run
It's
into
a solid idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
people. Maybe some
First aid kit.
first
Jack?
aid kit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe some flares or a flare gun if we have access to something like that.
Sure, definitely.
Do I have? I don't have medic training.
No, first aid
First aid.
Do I have first aid?
starts with
You
an
do.
F.
I do have first aid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm an 84. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
I was
bring,
gonna say,
I'll
I
bring
have-
first aid.
Yeah, he's
I
our
have very
medic.
little
Yeah.
first
Oh,
aid.
safe to presume that we are restocked on ammunition.
Yes.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
realize it was
Basically,
back
at
to
this
the
point,
character sheet.
at this time, you can load up.
Okay. So I'm bringing my Enfield. I'm bringing my 1911, and I'm bringing all the mags I can carry,
Okay.
and a couple of grenades.
Sure.
I'm just again making a note. Psych eval.
Um,
But they've been in active combat, so I'm giving them a little bit of paranoia.
I normally carry 2 drums. I'm now carrying 3 backup drums. Like, yeah, we're
So
beyond.
one in the gun and 3 others.
Yeah,
Okay.
it ain't light. But you can never have too many bullets. That's what we've learned. Right.
I've got 3 mags of 1911 ammunition and 10 mags of Enfield. So
Okay.
Oh, and then we definitely we do bring our entrenching tools because it's going to be snow. So it would
Oh,
make
yeah,
sense for us
yeah.
to carry those.
yeah. Oh, and my bayonet.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. I'm fine with carrying 75 pounds of gear. I don't care.
I mean, it would be what we would normally. I'm carrying a radio for God's sake.
We're
right. Yeah.
We also have a Jeep.
We also have a
So-
Jeep. Yeah.
A truck. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can
Yeah.
haul stuff in the Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even if we have to go out on foot from the Jeep.
Yeah.
For whatever
Yeah.
reason. Yeah.
So, you guys get loaded out. You load up in the truck.
We don't have any tanks at the base, do we? Can we just roll in a tank?
We're gonna get down the hill, and an owl's gonna hoot, and I'm just gonna. So,
I'm just
it's a Nazi owl, sir. Nazi owl.
It was saying hail. It wasn't saying who.
yeah. yeah.
I'm just picturing. I see in my mind we've got the normal World
sure.
War II
Yeah, yeah,
RAF
yeah.
commander. He's got a winter coat on, fur-lined hood,
Yeah.
hat. A gun. Stuff like that. and then you guys look like Wayne Reynolds D&D characters with all of your rifles
Yeah.
and shit sticking out in every
I was
direction.
going to
Yeah.
say a Rob Liefeld character.
Or
yeah.
another good reference.
I get
pouches.
6 more pouches just in case.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of covering myself with a religious iconography.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna douse myself in holy water
Yep.
before we leave. Yeah,
This is all great ideas.
we've seen some shit.
All right. So you guys get to the point where they confirmed the corporal was no longer in the party, and hop out. What do you do?
Actually, I would suggest we slow drive down the rest of the way and just
Work our way back.
flashlight each side.
Okay.
If he got out here, we'll see the tracks. If he got
Yeah.
out prior, we'll see the tracks. Otherwise, he's on the road the whole time back to town.
Yeah.
And by that time, we're going to be in town. So I would suggest one of us watch one side, one watch the other,
And of
or
course,
a couple of
yeah.
people watch each side, and then the driver drives.
as we were going down,
high
of
beams
course, we
on.
were also kind of
Yeah.
checking around.
Right.
But we'll start doing active searches.
Okay. So everybody roll me a spot hidden.
Yay! Things I'm good at. Spot hidden's something that's important too. Oh no, I'm not good at it. Hey, I got it. 25 on 25.
Oh,
Nice.
67 over 65.
Oh man.
Just missed it.
No. Okay. So obviously not right at that spot, but as you're about 30 minutes back down the road, you do notice a like a deer path
Okay.
that looks like it has human footprints in it.
Okay.
Light it up. Sorry.
Light it up. We just turn the spotlight there.
I
Yeah.
I see on a path here. I think at least we should take a look at it. I don't know if it is definitely the one we're looking
Okay.
for.
Right. The snow, the new falling snow has obscured the tread.
Right.
You could hop out on a fresh track and be like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
military.
No, that's
Are
That's
they adult footprints or child's footprints?
definitely adult footprints.
Okay.
But at the same time, it could just be a hunting trail, because hunters are a thing,
Yeah.
But it's a sign.
Yeah, I would say so. The road generally runs east to west, generally ish.
Based on my cursory glance at
Yeah.
the map,
So
yes.
is this running north or south?
I guess.
Sometimes I ask questions just for
Yeah.
the feel of it, John. It's
So
not that
I'm
big.
just saying east. So east is Germany, basically.
Yes.
So you're headed west
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah.
So this
South would be Germany also.
south
would
would kind of be
or Luxembourg, both kind
Right.
of.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, because at this point
All
you're
right.
kind of in a bulge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So towards town. So towards townish.
Didn't
Okay.
know it was gonna be that.
That's fine.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope springs eternal.
Still, yeah, I would. Maybe.
Well, can we check to see how old the tracks are?
With the new fallen snow, it's
Well, are they with the new fallen snow? But have we had steady snowfall, or has it been?
it's been a day or two. It's 2 days. It's been 2 days since the last significant snowfall.
Okay. So basically, I'm just wondering. I know we can't tell if they're like 20 minutes or
Right.
an hour old, but are these like a day old?
I'll need a survival roll from somebody.
Can I roll track instead?
Yes, track is a thing that you do.
Hey, I got it.
Awesome.
You don't want me to roll a survival roll.
So the question is, how old are the tracks?
I'm also looking for anything like dirt in, like from tread, or anything that would have come out there. Anything like that.
The reason I was wondering how old they were is because we've known snowfall was imminent, so it doesn't make much sense for a hunter to have gone out today to get.
Potentially.
This is why he's in command.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Yeah.
Wink,
So if
the flyboy is
Yeah.
doing a pretty good job about ground stuff.
Wow.
so if they were like a day or two
The
old,
chair force guy over here. Look at him with the good ideas.
So yeah, you're not. He's not real. Captain Kauri is not really seen any external signs.
Okay, that's fine.
Because again, everything's covered in snow.
Okay.
But based on based on your knowledge, it does seem likely that this is not his footprint made today. The edges are worn down. It's a very generic footprint. But like I said, it's been there's snow falling, and there are still clear tracks deeper in the woods. The tree cover is a little thicker away from the road. There might be more information.
Yeah, I'd actually. I'm going to go farther in.
Okay.
Check those out, because even then we should be able to tell how heavy the person is, if they're carrying military weight or they're just carrying a rifle.
And once we
It
get
should
to
be-
dense forest, the tracks will become more and less plain because
Yeah.
there won't be the degradation, but there won't be the
Right.
Or
fresh snow either.
could just be a fat naked guy wearing boots. Just putting it out there.
Fat naked guy wearing.
He's not naked. He's not naked if he's wearing boots.
Yeah, it's a solid point. Not
Okay,
naked
good
wearing
point.
boots.
You're right. What was I thinking? I'm sorry. Please continue.
Wow.
I was gonna say, I thought for a moment, I was like, well, no, a deer would be heavier than military loadout, but Hunter would just drag that up the road.
We
He
also would
wouldn't
see
have-
blood.
Yeah.
There
Well,
would be
no,
at
if
least
he-
some drips of
If he
blood.
killed further in and then carried the,
Yeah,
animal out.
you'd field dress it so it wouldn't be bleeding.
Yeah, that's true.
so you wouldn't want wolves tracking you down.
They're not wolf footprints, are they? Not wolf. No, okay. Let's. I'm going to go in farther and see
Okay.
if I can discern anything
Okay,
else.
give you another track roll.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely got it.
Your best guess, you're gonna say no. This is a local. This isn't
Okay.
your guy.
I mean, the trade doesn't look military, and
No.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, this looks like it's you know what British Army boots tread looks like. This is not British Army boot tread.
You see me standing out there, like looking at my foot and looking at the ground, and be like, nope, this isn't it.
Just hopping.
So yeah, no, I'll head back
Sure.
to the and then to the Jeep. Yeah.
Okay. And then it is at this time that you guys do hear wolf howl. A couple of wolves.
North,
Respond.
south, east.
What direction do we say you were
We're heading west.
You're heading west, and then this trail goes kind of south.
Yeah.
So south.
Okay. He should, I mean, the guy should be
Not
armed.
a portent of doom at all.
No, no.
No.
What is he armed? Was his rifle in the
wolf?
track? No,
No.
in the truck.
Yeah, the wolf's gonna go.
Shoulder mounted cannon. Like great.
Freaking laser beams. Yeah, no, all his stuff was taken with him.
Okay.
So-
If he's out there, he's at least armed against the wolf.
Yeah.
The wolves.
So we'll just have to listen out for rifle fire.
Yeah. Yeah, sir. I think we keep going down the road and see if we can find another
Okay.
trail.
And I'm sorry, this stop was like half an hour into our trip from the base.
No.
Like
half-
3 hours.
Okay. So this is like
Half an hour after it pulled over
got it.
on
Okay.
the way up.
Yep.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So the snow's coming down a lot harder.
Yeah.
It's darker. The guy the guys you brought with you, one of them just makes the offhand comment that getting back to base is going to be a little more difficult if we go much farther. And you guys kind of agree. The weather's not doing so hot. What do you want to do? Do you want to keep going or do you want to turn back?
Sir, I don't like the idea of leaving a man out there, but it's your call.
I don't like the idea of leaving a man out there either, but the snow is getting
Better 1 than 6.
bad, pretty much.
Okay.
Do you have a take on it, Captain?
I mean, you are from the Great White North.
Yeah, my thought would be, we brought winter gear with us, right? Can't we make camp against in the Jeep or around the Jeep for the night? I mean, are we driving in an open air vehicle here, or are we driving in?
Oh no, you've got like a cargo truck, like a heavy, it's a heavy duty truck, got chains on the wheels.
Okay,
But the weather report that you guys got said even this truck will have a hard time getting back up the hill.
yeah,
It's up to you guys. You guys get to decide what to do. I'm just telling you what's going on.
at the other end of this road, are we looking at a town? Are we looking at a military installation?
Yeah, another 3 hours down the road, if you don't get stuck in the snow.
Okay.
There's
Well-
another town.
Yeah, but it's 3.5 hours back up to the
That's true.
base camp.
So we're closer to keep going than
Yeah.
to turn around and go back.
So my
Right, except you'll be leaving all the men back there without a commander. I mean, there's a guy on the radio. Someone's in charge.
yeah, I left the comm to someone.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I say let's I say let's press forward, but
yeah, we can
but
always
it's your
we can always hold up in the town.
Okay.
forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gaily forward.
All right. So you go on. Give me another spot hidden roll, everybody.
Woo, 10% chance.
No. This one I make 57.
Okay.
Oh no,
Your spot hidden's 10?
I didn't
He
pick
didn't
any
put
up.
any in it. We
My
forgot
spot
to-
hidden base is 25.
Oh, 25. I was looking
Okay.
at sneak.
Oh yeah.
I still missed it.
Drawing those lines. Yeah. So yeah. So
What do I spot?
Jack, you find a. We'll go with a scarf. You find you notice his scarf off a few feet into into the trees.
Stop the truck.
Yep. It's a scarf. Once you get out and investigate, it is definitely standard issue winter gear material for the British Army. So the driver from the first trip doesn't says, I don't remember anybody losing anything.
Does it look like the scarf is hanging off, like it was intentionally placed there, or does it look like it's just kind of drifted and gotten tangled up in the trees?
Or that it was pulled off during an escape, like if he's running through the woods.
Right. What's the appearance of the scarf?
Give me a track roll, Matt.
It's about 6 foot long. It's light blue.
Striped yellow, orange, green, blue.
No, I did not.
You hear this whoosh whoosh sound off in the distance. You failed.
Yeah.
That's about
Okay.
28 foot long.
Yeah. It grows and shrinks every time you look at it.
Just grab it and follow it.
Yeah, no. Just for the fun of it, I
Sure.
decided to roll a track roll. And
Would you like to, for the fun of it, roll a
I
track
might
roll?
as well.
You're a
Yeah.
10. Come on, roll it low.
48.
It's hard to say. It's not. You would. It's more tangled. So blown here or torn from fallen off of him from when he did.
Okay.
Tumble out.
Yeah.
I'd like to go ahead if it's okay with
Oh,
you. I'd like to go
yes.
ahead and take a chance and start calling out the soldier's name.
I did have one question, though.
Sure.
Is there a large divot, for want of a better term, where he would have, bailed out?
No. Nothing.
No.
No sign. No sign of a body passing this area.
And how far are we? How far back are we from where they careened into the snowdrift?
Probably another good 15 minutes driving.
Okay.
In the clear conditions. It's probably half an hour, or by the time you're getting to where you're standing now, it's probably been half an hour since your last stop.
Okay.
So any footprints, anything that we're seeing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Has it snowed enough that it would cover tracks?
No, you feel like you should see something if there was something here.
But we're not seeing it.
But you're not seeing anything here. So again, yeah. So what the point I'm trying to get at your question was the scarf blown here or placed here? You're leaning more towards it was blown here from back up the road.
Okay. So further along the direction that we're traveling.
No, back like you guys may have been onto something or missed something. Like
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're thinking that if he's anywhere still out there, we've passed him at this point.
Right.
Okay. At least we're triangulating.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna start calling out his name.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
What's his
start-
name?
Corporal Wells.
Wells.
We could take the van back up towards the mountain at a very slow pace and call out from there as we're driving up.
I'm gathering I don't get any response when I yell
No.
out Wells. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds as good as anything. I mean,
Okay.
And we'll, was the scarf and the path on the same side of the road?
Yes.
okay.
Okay, so let's put all of our men there on that side spot.
I'm gonna grab the scarf and smell it. Is there anything oil or any odd smell to it?
Blood, fish man. Blood, fish man.
Fishman blood?
Fish man blood. Yeah.
Yeah, fish oil. Like cooking.
Does it really
fish
smell
no,
like?
it
Okay.
doesn't.
Oh, I don't know.
oil.
You never know.
Wait,
Lilacs and lavender.
if we can find the wolves and get them to smell the
Exactly.
scarf.
We're on
Train
the same
them
page.
to track
right,
the guy.
exactly.
In just a couple of
Brilliant.
minutes.
Yeah.
Lassie, did Wells fall down a well?
Did Wallace fall down to Timmy?
Why is he ripping my leg off?
They're just as afraid of you as you are of them.
There are dark spots on the scarf that are older. They're not fresh. Whatever made the stains, you can't tell at this point in time.
And this is like a dark greenish
Yeah.
military green scarf. So if it was
Is
blood,
it
it wouldn't.
yeah, either green or gray. I don't know what the
Olive drab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
olive drab. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
Gray is the German side, honestly.
Sure. I don't know how intense the blend in with the snow
Oh yeah,
motif
probably
was.
not. No,
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking the RAF, they're all blue and gray.
that's true.
So
Yeah, but those are weird. I mean,
Weird guys,
The Air
yeah.
Force is weird.
yeah. So yeah, and it's like I said, it's getting later. The drive back to your men, it's getting a little more treacherous and harder. There is still the town down the road. You guys have an opinion on what you're going to do next?
So it's going to snow hard. What are
It's
the temps
picking
going to
up.
be like? I mean, are they getting dangerously low? Like our cold weather gear will not withstand this, or we'll be fine.
If you guys camped out, like struck a camp, you would be fine.
Okay.
If you're going to be on foot walking around in the dark at night in the snow, that's dangerous,
Okay.
is what your training tells you. And then there's those wolves.
Yeah, I can shoot a wolf.
It's soon-
I'm fine with fighting wolves. At this
Well-
point, I've seen a vampire and fishman. I'm fine with wolves. Wolves are the least of my concerns.
What if they're
Also,
vampire fish wolves?
Jeez.
Kind of a random question, but how is the wildlife around here? Is it kind of is it plentiful? Is
Oh,
it...
yes. Yeah.
Okay, so then the wolves won't be overly hungry, so even us just firing into the air will probably
Right.
scare them off.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So
Unless they're knocked wolves. Sorry. Go ahead.
German wolves, white wolves.
Knocked wolf
Like
is the name
Knockwurst?
of the evil German group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say because no, knocked is black. I was thinking of
Night. It's night wolves is I think
Yeah.
is technically the translation.
I've had
Nachtwolfen.
But
Yeah.
say I've had knocked
that's
wurst before. So
Yeah.
black sausages.
Yeah.
So anyway, what is the plan? Do you want to make camp?
I'm-
Keep looking?
I'm Canadian. I say we make camp in the cold, and just and
I mean,
and
it
You're
wouldn't
just
be,
gonna sleep under
see
it.
if
I
we,
am-
and see if we can get
Yeah.
It wouldn't be pleasant, but it's not something
How-
outside of your it's,
Do we know how long the storm's supposed to last?
they were saying a good solid day. Like you might get buried in snow.
Yeah,
Which-
because
so that truck on the
yeah,
slope is gonna get in trouble.
I was having a thought of maybe sending some people either back to town or back to the military camp,
Yeah.
and then leaving some people out here with the camping gear to make camp and search a little more.
Well, you said you only brought 2 other guys with you, so it's the 2 NPCs or you guys.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure I like splitting our numbers up any more than we were already split up, but I mean, it seems like leaving 2 people out in the cold without the
So,
protection of the truck.
If it snows for a day, and then we have to wait for the roads to clear up enough to get back up the hill, we're looking at 2 to 3 days before we can get back to camp
With the truck.
with the truck.
You could hike it and it wouldn't take
Yeah, but it wouldn't be pleasant, and it's not gonna it's still gonna put us out a bit before we
Yeah.
can get up there. I don't know. What's the highest ranking guy up at base? Is this just some sergeant?
sergeant, somebody under you.
Oh, jeez. Well, they're screwed. They're gonna see fishermen everywhere. Start shooting everything. I think maybe I don't know. That's a tough one. Good thing I'm not in charge. What do you say, Commander?
Honestly, I don't want to lose the lead, but again, yeah, I think we can make camp in the truck and search on foot for a little bit. Maybe go about halfway back up to where we found the trail, make camp there, and then send probably the PCs, because that'll be more interesting, send them out in a pattern to search for the...
Oh, good. We're interesting. We're wolf bait.
Yep.
All right. So the following orders:
Yeah.
drive the truck
Okay.
roughly halfway back to the spot you noticed the hunting trail earlier, and yeah. So you put your 2 NPCs in the truck.
Have them build the cam.
Right. Yeah. Do you camp on the road or?
We'll pull slightly off the road just so when
Okay.
they're doing the clearing of the road, we're not going to be...
Sure. Do you radio back?
Yes.
All right. Operator roll.
Sure. Yes.
Awesome. So yeah, there's they confirm that they've received the orders that you're going to be looking for wells for a day or two,
Mhm.
and that they'll just maintain order and keep their heads down.
And then
Just
we
keep
hear
watching,
screaming
keep
and
listening.
gunfire over the radio.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Sorry. What was that?
Just keep watching, keep listening.
Yeah. Just continue to do what they're doing. They'll radio out if there's any problems, and then I imagine you have a set schedule of when, since it's a battery operated radio, can't just leave it on all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So they'll have a scheduled check-in schedule like every 6 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So what do you guys want to do from there?
I say we walk we try and track this down for a half hour or so before we just call it a night, because it's
Yeah.
going to get too dark, too cold pretty quick. But if we can get at least something to get a start on tomorrow, and we can start that tonight, then maybe that's best.
And maybe make some markings on the trees to let him know that if he's out there and finds them, where we're at.
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm good with that.
All right. So you guys,
Or to let the Nazis know where to come and just machine gun the truck
Sure.
to death.
Yeah, there's that.
I guess I
Nazis
need
with
a
underhanded tactics. That
track
doesn't
roll.
happen.
Track roll. I can do a track roll. I did a track roll. 32 under 60.
Okay. Nothing obvious jumps out at you, unfortunately, in the half hour.
Okay.
But you do get a solid lay of the land, as it were.
Okay.
So you've got a plan to act in the morning.
Okay.
That makes any sense?
Yeah, it does. Totally
Okay.
does. Okay.
Does anybody else have anything they want to do before calling it a night?
Set guards.
Yeah, but
Like
say
we're
we'll set
going to
watch.
keep a watch just in case.
Okay.
2-hour watch apiece.
Yeah. Rotate through everybody with the commander, since, he's in charge. He gets to sleep all night. Dick.
Okay. Who's taking first watch?
One of the NPCs.
Yeah.
Not the guy that drove downtown the other day?
No.
No, he should probably take either last watch or second to last.
Yeah.
I'll take second watch.
I'll take third.
Okay.
You're leaving the NPCs with first and last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This bodes ill.
Well, you're going to be the well-rested guy that just slept 8 hours, so you'll probably hear something on the last one.
Are
And
we
my
going to
night-
be sleeping 8 hours, or are we going to be up before dawn? I mean, 8 hours might not be our...
Well, it's also
Yeah.
Well,
in the middle of
yeah.
December, so it's going to be dark for like 12 hours.
Fair enough.
Or
So,
14 hours.
yeah.
Sure.
We are also with the tree cover and
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Up in the mountains.
Yeah.
Morning's not as early as it is here. So, yeah.
And I want to make s'mores.
So, of your best observational skills, Captain McKenzie, listen, spot hidden.
Listen.
Okay, give me a roll.
Well, hold on. Let me just double check that. Fieldcraft would not count.
Nope.
Yeah. No. I'm a 75. Listen.
Okay,
55.
yeah. Those wolves are moving around,
Mm-hmm.
moving around you, but they're they're not getting too close, but it's it's of note that they are on the move through the woods.
Okay.
And Captain Loveridge.
Yes. I guess I will spot. Nope, I don't see nothing.
Okay. Yeah, so your watch goes by. I mean, you still hear the wolves off in the distance, but the echoes and,
Yeah.
everything kind of, nothing jumps out at you as of note
Okay.
during
For a
your
second
watch.
there, I thought he was going to bless the range down in Africa. Anyway, go on.
So, yeah, morning comes. You do a check-in with home base, and another child went missing in the night
From where?
from the town of Weppeler,
Okay.
back near the base.
We didn't lose any children at the military base.
Yeah, because there aren't any to lose. So yeah, the constable reported that that another child went missing, and the storm was pretty intense. The camp is basically buried. Everybody's going to be digging their way out. You also see that, like the truck probably isn't going to be moving unless you put in a lot of effort to dig it out. And then even the roads are going to be rough. So looks like you're camping out for at least another day or two, depending on how you want to direct your efforts.
I
So-
would suggest that we leave the two NPCs at the camp just to make sure that nothing weird happens there. They can watch
Yeah.
the truck and watch the camp, and then the three of us can go out.
Maybe slowly start digging it out just in case we need to make a...
So
They
you
can dig out the truck and keep an eye on the stuff, and yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. You going to leave the radio with them or take it into the woods with you? It's heavy. It's very heavy.
It is heavy.
Can either of them operate the radio? I
Yeah,
guess
it's
is
a
the
solid
first question.
Again, under normal circumstances, yes. One of the guys is, trained in how to turn it on and check in with with your camp.
That first one's really important.
Yeah.
Turn it on.
We've established, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would say leave it there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I will take a flare gun, though,
Sure.
Absolutely.
and have them, one of them, ideally both of them, on watch in case.
Yeah, I would say everybody's got a flare gun and probably 4 flares.
Okay.
Easy enough to have.
Flare gun goes off its own stat, so we'll end up shooting ourselves in the eye. I'm kidding. Terrible, right?
That would be hilarious.
And you don't have many to spare right now.
Right. Thanks for pointing that out, Commander.
wow.
You don't think about the tree cover. You just boom, and then it just comes right back
Just
down
like
on your
ricochets
head.
off a branch, just right in my face. Ah! That sounds great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. Great.
Or it just hits the branch and stays there, then explodes there.
Right.
yeah.
That's a lot louder than I thought it would be.
That sounds so terrible. You know what? That's actually a decent place for us to take a break. We do have other podcasts out. You should be checking out the Nerds Domain podcast. We've done some great stuff there lately. You can go over to nerdsdom.com and check all those out, and we will talk to you guys next week. And that will do it for us tonight on the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. Remember, you can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or find us over on Facebook and Twitter at facebook.com/nerdsdomain and twitter.com/nerdsdomain. You can also check out our site at nerdsdom.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter while you're there. You can head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. We want to thank Passion Nerdly for our music. Don't forget, you can support us at patreon.com/nerdsdomain and check out our shirts at TeePublic.